Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how I set up my watercolor palette for my perfect trio. If you've missed my previous video where I talked about picking your trio, I will have it linked below. However, if you would just like a quick and easy reference to what colors I picked, please check the description box down below. There I will have my brand by brand recommendations for a perfect trio palette and all of the links so that you can follow along with this masterclass at home. I will also have a link to my Patreon page if you would like to support this free masterclass and my channel. For limited color palettes, I like using ceramic palettes. These are readily available as you could use an old dinner plate or a serving dish, but they allow for a setup as unique as working with a trio. Working with just 3 colors is no easy task, so setting up your palette for an easy painting session is very important. I've tried dozens of setups and I'm here to share with you my favorite and my recommendation for when you're following along at home. Now, if you're like me, your first thought is to use 1 dollop of each color and start painting. This is a logical theory, but soon creates a lot of issues, first of which is contamination. It's so easy, even with the most diligence, to contaminate your colors, and before you know it, you are mixing colors that are either completely wrong or more muted than you want. Next, I thought of having a warm and cool dollop for each color, but soon realized I still had the same issue of contaminating my pure colors. This leads us to my favorite and personally recommended setup, and that is to set your palette up like a color wheel. We are going to start with our pure magenta color. Next, think of our reds, oranges, and warm yellows with our magenta and yellow. Next, we're going to have our pure yellow, followed by our yellow and blue for our cool yellows, array of greens, and cool blues. Then, of course, we're going to have our pure blue, followed by our blue and pink for warm blues, various purples, and cool pinks. Lastly, we'll have our selection of all 3 colors for our muted colors, earth tones, skin tones, and blacks. In many of my first setups, I found that none of them left me with an ideal situation for mixing my muted colors, browns, and blacks. All of them ended up with a mess of muddy colors somewhere and having to do a lot of work cleaning my palette. This is what solved all of it, and now I can mix any color I will ever need, and I have a designated spot on my palette for everything without fear of ever muddying or contaminating any of my sections. I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy palette setup video. In the next video, I will go over basic exercises to get to know our palettes a little bit better, including color mixing our primary colors, as well as basic mixes that can be found on any standard palette. We will also be going over more complex colors, including muted colors, earth tones, and grays. If you like this series, please consider heading over to my Patreon page to support my channel. There, I will also have reference materials free for anyone to view. Also, in the description box, I will have all of the links for my brand by brand Perfect Trio paints. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next class. Bye!